I think the first week of tour was pretty successful as a battery, as an entire drum corps. Really, we had some kind of mental growing moments. I think we've been growing a lot in the sense that every day we have to come out and like fight for the amount of time we have.
We got a lot better as a sim line and as a battery.
People were getting into the swing of things, and it was rough at first, I guess, but now everyone's used to it and we're on an uphill climb for sure.
What I like most about being on tour is that there's a different change of scenery, and I don't really have to worry about much. You get your drum on, you go to work, and you get better with your best friends. Then there's the shows, you know, playing for thousands of people every other night or every night, whatever it is a feeling that is incredibly rare.
It's never a bad time. I get frustrated all the time, and everyone does, but it's been great. Like, as good as I think drum corps could ever go. I think my favorite part about like actual drum corps is just the chance to perform. It's just my favorite thing to know that I can put myself wholeheartedly out there and people get inspired from it.
Really, basically when it comes down to it is just that people are seeing the work that you're putting in. I think that's giving back to the community, making them feel something is the coolest part about it.
My favorite part of the show is the closer. For the closer this year, we're playing Music for Prague. The meaning behind the music itself is extremely powerful, and I think it relates to what we're doing in our show this year very well as far as the character we're trying to achieve. But the music itself, I mean, is just super aggressive and pretty complicated too, because that presents a challenge for not only myself but for all of us to try to reach something very difficult together.
My favorite part would have to be the very end, because whenever you're in the last hold, you're playing your notes, but you're also in the back of the mind, you're thinking about, my whole show has come up to this point, how am I gonna finish it off? Like, is it going to be my best run, or am I gonna let something fall out of the cracks just because it's the last part of the show?
I chose the Madison Scouts in particular because I had looked at the past two lines since the sim line had been resurrected. They came back in 15. They really not only came back, but came back and were, in my opinion, the best. And so I wanted to come back and be part of that legacy and do my part in that.
I wanted to be part of the tradition of what they have going on here. It's definitely a special place, and it was one of the first drum corps that I really looked up to when I first started getting into the activity.
Well, the first drum corps show I ever saw was on YouTube, and it was the 1988 show. And I remember the exact moment I was sitting in my room with my laptop. I think I was like 14 or 15, just like sitting there, and I've never had like the consistent amount of chills through an entire video like I did when I was watching that. And like these guys, like on the field, they looked like giants, like superheroes. And I realized that that was a place where you grow as a human being and as a performer, as a musician. So that's something that I wanted to like put myself out there for and strive to get to.
I've never seen a corps so dedicated to making sure that their members come out as quality people. You know, a lot of corps just focus on making your show good, making you like a good player on the field, making sure that you're doing all the things right. They don't really care about you as individuals. It's hard to explain. Like, you don't just learn how to march here, you learn how to be a better human being here.